Hello everyone, my name is Anya Hawkins, welcome to my channel. This is a tutorial for fleece lining for a hat. First I will tell you a little about benefits of lining in a hat, and I will show you some examples, and I explain what kind of hat is suitable for this and why. And then I will show you how to do it. No sewing machine is required, by the way. Feel free to skip ahead using chapters navigation if you're interested only in the actual instructions or some particular part of the instructions. I have two main reasons why I put lining in all of my hats. First reason, wind protection. Winters where I live not only are very cold and very long, but they are also very windy. And the nature of knitted fabric is so that it can't be wind resistant by definition. It has spaces between threads, it holds air in it, it's what makes it breathable and warm. But that also means that no amount of layers can stop strong wind from coming right through the fabric. So folded brim or even double folded brim is not an answer. You need a layer of something else. And polyester fleece is a perfect material for it. It's quite cheap and it's readily available in any fabric store, or you can repurpose old fleece garments for it, your own or thrifted. The second reason why I line my knitted hats is skin sensitivity. I can wear things from rustic and scratchy wools on my body or even on my neck with no problem. But my forehead is crazy sensitive. Not superwash, not the softest of the soft fibers can I tolerate. And for most of my life I could not wear knitted hats at all, though I love the look. But since I discovered the wonders of fleece lining, I can wear them, and now I have a whole collection of them to choose from. All of them are lined, of course. Lined, 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 lined. They are all lined. There's one important thing that you should take into account if you want to put a lining in your hat. It's the cast on edge. The hats with folded brims or even double ribbon are not very suitable for this. All the hats that I showed you just now have a cast on edge right here. They are not rolling onto itself. And when you wear them, you cannot see the lining. When I tried to line this hat though, it has double 1x1 rib, and when I put it on I discovered that you can faintly see the white right here. I used white fleece. I mitigated that problem by doing blanket stitch at the edge of the lining, and now it looks way better, but it's not a perfect solution. And this is a step that I would rather not do. So just keep in mind that the lining would work best in a hat that has a cast on edge right here. So we will need a hat, obviously. This one is a sample of my ptiloris hat. On my channel you can find a complete video tutorial for this hat, and the pattern for it is available for free on Ravelry. So we will need a hat, we will need a polyester fleece fabric, regular sewing thread and needle, scissors, something to draw lines on your fabric. I have a little piece of soap, a ruler, and several pins. Take your fleece fabric and make sure that it stretches horizontally. Lay it down and fold it in half, facing inside. So about amount of the fleece. A piece of fabric approximately 25 by 15 inches or 65 by 40 centimeters will be enough for any adult size. Take your hat, washed and blocked, of course, and measure it in the widest place. I have 23.5 centimeters or a little less than 9.5 inches. At the bottom of your fabric you should draw a horizontal line. Technically you can use a bottom edge of your fabric if you know that it is straight. I know that mine is not, and you should measure on it the width of your hat plus half an inch or 1.5 centimeter. Make mark here. Now take your hat, fold it in half, so we should get maximum length. Place it aligning the bottom of the hat with this line. Mark where the hat is ending and mark where crown shaping begins. Through your marks, draw a horizontal line, the same length that our bottom line. Connect ends of your horizontal lines with one vertical line. On this middle horizontal line, mark a center. On this top line, mark a quarter of the length from here and a quarter of the length from here. Now connect these marks like that, and this mark with edge here, and this mark with edge here. Now, keeping the fabric folded together, cut this out. Here's what we got. Now we need to sew it up. We will start with the longest seam. We will start from here and go all the way up to here. Just stitch it together over the edge. I'm not a sewist. I don't know how this stitch called, but I know that you shouldn't do a blanket stitch because it is not stretchy. It will snap and you'll get a hole in your lining. This type of seam that we are doing right now, when you open it up, it lays almost flat. You can see the threads here, why you should use a thread of a similar color as your lining. And here we are not getting a lot of bulk. By the way, if you have a hat that is slightly too big for you, or that has grown with time, making a lining like that can help to adjust the size. It will not change how hat is looking outwardly, but it will fit more snugly. If it's the other way around, the hat is already a little too snug, then lining it will not be a good idea. Go all the way to the top and make a knot here. I stitched all the way to the top. This is how your seam should look like. Next seam is this one. To make this last seam, we need to open our hat and fold it like that. You should start from the middle, so those seams meet, and go all the way to this edge. And then from the middle all the way to this edge. The lining is ready to be put inside of the hat. I recommend you to try it on first. Don't turn it inside out, this should be towards your head, but make sure that it is comfortable. Now we need to put our lining inside of the hat. Here is the cast on tail is woven in the ribbon, so this is the back seam. Take your lining and put it inside, align this seam with this tail, right up to the cast on edge, and place a pin here. Now distribute lining evenly inside and fold the brim out like that, together with the lining. Make sure that the lining goes up to the cast-on edge, but no further. Place another pin. Do the same in several other places. I usually use 4 pins, and the rest I'm adjusting when I'm stitching my lining in place. Now take your needle and thread, and starting from the back seam, go through the lining first, so the knot is on the inside. And now, in the same manner as we stitched our lining together, we will stitch it to the hat itself. Catch the yarns in the first row of your ribbon, but not go all the way through to the other side like that. I like to go into every stitch. I have here 2x2 ribbon, so I'm catching every purl bump on the inside and every knit stitch, and in that manner go all the way around. Remember, catch only the inside part of the first row of stitches in your ribbon, and do not go all the way through to the face of the knitted fabric. Tie a knot at the end, and again to make sure. Cut the remaining thread, remove the pins, straighten your hat, and that's it. The lining is done. The lining will not allow the ribbon to be fully constricted again, but once you wear the hat, it will not matter. Here is the finished result. The hat didn't become much bulkier, but it's now much warmer. Even the strongest wind will not get inside. Well, that was it for this tutorial. I hope you find it useful. On my channel I have several complete video tutorials for some of the hats I showed you. These are Stellatus hat, Nivosa hat and Stellatus hat. Patterns for them are free and you can download them in my Ravelry store. I also have a tutorial on how to make these pom-poms. All links are below. Thank you for watching and I will see you soon.